Today, we are going to be reading the Mayflower Compact, but first, we need to learn a little bit about it. The Mayflower Compact, originally known as the Agreement between Settlers of New Plymouth, was the original governing document of the Plymouth colony. Sadly, we do not know where the original exists. It could have remained in New England or it might have been shipped away back to London. We do not know. The oldest copy of the Mayflower Compact comes from a print in London in 1622 from a journal titled A Relation or Journal of the Beginning and Proceedings of the English Plantation Settled at Plymouth in New England. On the third page of the print is the oldest known copy of the Mayflower Compact, which is titled Mort's Relation. The print was written by William Bradford and Edward Winslow. Bradford was the governor at the time of the writing of the print, and Winslow was one of the original signers of the Mayflower Compact. This copy, Mort's Relation, sadly does not include the list of the 41 original signers to the Mayflower Compact. However, the oldest known copy of the list of the 41 original signers was written by Nathaniel Morton in the New England Memorial, which was printed in 1669 in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Morton had been secretary of the Plymouth colony for more than 20 years before he had written the New England Memorial, and he was also Bradford's nephew. The total number of passengers on the Mayflower was 104 people. This means that less than half of the original passengers were signers to the Mayflower Compact. John Carver helped organize the Mayflower voyage and became the colony's first governor, likely wrote the Mayflower Compact. It is believed that the Mayflower Compact was signed on November 11th, 1620. However, this is only according to the old style calendar, which was used by the English, but if you use the new style calendar, which was used by the Dutch at the time, the original signing of the Mayflower Compact falls on November 21st, 1620. The Mayflower Compact reads, "In the name of God, Amen. We, whose names are underwritten, the loyal subjects of our dread sovereign lord, King James, by the grace of God, of Great Britain, France, and Ireland, King, Defender of the Faith, etc. Having undertaken for the glory of God and the advancement of the Christian faith, and the honor of our king and country, a voyage to plant the first colony in the northern parts of Virginia, do. By these presents, solemnly and mutually, in the presence of God and one another, covenant and combined ourselves together into a civil body politic, for our better ordering and preservation and furtherance of the ends aforesaid. And by virtue hereof do enact, constitute, and frame such just and equal laws, ordinances, acts, constitutions, and offices, from time to time, as shall be thought to meet and convenient for the general good of the colony, unto which we promise all due submission and obedience. In witness hereof, we have hereunto subscribed our names at Cape Cod, the 11th of November, in the reign of our sovereign lord, King James of England, France, and Ireland, the 18th, and of Scotland, the 54th, Anno Domini 1620. On screen is the list of the 41 original signers of the Mayflower Compact. They read: John Carver, Sam Fuller, Edward Tilley, William Bradford, Christopher Martin, John Tilley, Edward Winslow, William Mullings, Francis Cook, William Brewster, William White, Thomas Rogers, Isaac Allerton, Richard Warren, Thomas Tinker, Miles Standish, John Howland, John Rigdale, John Alden, Stephen Hopkins, Edward Fuller, John Turner, Diggory Priest, Richard Clark, Francis Eaton, Thomas Williams, Richard Gardner, James Chilton, Gilbert Winslow, John Allerton, John Craxton, Edmund Margeson, Thomas English, John Billington, Peter Brown, Edward Doughty, Moses Fletcher, Richard Britteridge, Edward Leicester, John Goodman, George Soule. This information comes from the book The Mayflower Compact and its Signers, with facsimiles and a list of the Mayflower passengers. The book was written by George Ernest Bowman in 1920 and was published by the Massachusetts Society of Mayflower Descendants. A digital copy of this book can be found on the Library of Congress's website and is available free to use. Thank you for watching. This has been Becoming a Historian. Please like, subscribe, share, follow, and comment below.